are we ready, everyone, for Fallout 76? Okay, so this, everyone, is the Big Bend Tunnel West. We are going, well, this is the settlement outside of the tunnel. We will go in just one moment. The quest that we're following, as part of going through the tunnel, so we might as well do the quest, is called Search Big Bend Tunnel for Survivors. And of course, you know there's not going to be any survivors. I mean, that's just how Fallout is. So, the Big Bend Tunnel was a major railway passage underneath the Appalachian Mountains. As you can see here, there's the mountains, there's a tunnel. Which allowed direct transit between Lewisburg and Watauga. Though rail transportation was extinguished after the Great War, it still served as passage through the Appalachians, doubling as a shelter for those fleeing the carnage outside. The first permanent inhabitants arrived at the western end of the tunnel, where we are, in January 2083, about 6 years after the Great War, after the bombs dropped. Some members of the Cutthroats, a raider war band from the Savage Divide, abandoned David Thorpe's banner in the wake of the Charleston flood, as his savagery was too much even for them to. So in our world, the Big Bend Tunnel is a decommissioned tunnel on the main line of the CSX Corporation's rail line through southern West Virginia, west of Talcott, West Virginia. Its construction in the 1870s was one of the largest projects undertaken by the Chesapeake and Ohio Railway, or also known as C&O. It was completed, it was the largest tunnel on the line. It was originally lined with timber. However, the tunnel suffered from frequent rock falls, which resulted in many deaths, including, at one point, the tunnel collapsed and rocks fell on a train, and it killed the entire train crew, which was really, really sad. And that prompted C&O to line the tunnel with over 6 million bricks. They got rid of the timber completely and lined the entire thing in loads of bricks. And that took 10 years to complete at an extreme cost, both money and in lives as well. The tunnel here is lined in bricks, just like the modern Big Bend Tunnel is in our world. Although the modern Big Bend Tunnel, the one in our world, is lined not in big slabs like this, but in actual small bricks. Which is completely mad. As you can see here, the railway line has been covered over with wood and lined with tree trunks. For easy walking. Do is we're gonna go all the way down on the right and explore the right and the offshoots going off to the right, and then we'll double back and we'll explore. We'll go back down the left and explore all the offshoots on the left, and then we'll exit out of the east side. And that's why I said that it's gonna take a lot of time tonight to go through this tunnel. So yeah, the real world Big Bend Tunnel, in our world, there's two tunnels that are parallel. One is called Big Bend Tunnel, and one is called the Great Bend Tunnel. The Big Bend Tunnel was built first, and the Great Bend Tunnel was built second. And I'm guessing that in Fallout 76, or in the Fallout universe, that is echoed, our reality is echoed in theirs by these two parallel lines. To represent both of the tunnels. So we've got Scattered Journal page 1. And this gives you a little bit of information about the what's going on in these tunnels. So, January 11th, 2083, just as a side note, in this game, it is currently 2103. So, it has been quite a while since the bombs dropped. So, January 11th, 2083. I managed to find this half-blank journal on my way out of Pleasant Valley, and I know writing this is probably pointless, but I guess I needed some place to explain myself. But my name is Carol Sweeney, and I am a part of the Cutthroats in Pleasant Valley. Well, I was. I had to leave. What Thorpe did flooding Charleston, that was wrong. And I know I'm no better. For the most part, I went along with him. I was starving, and Thorpe kept me fed. But no more. A few of the other cutthroats felt the same, and we all agreed to head out on our own. So now we're here. We used to hide around Big Ben's entrance and jump any unfortunate souls trying to use it for passage. It should be okay here. There's wilderness to live off and enough around to scavenge. If need be, we can disappear into the tunnels. Like I said, I don't expect whatever god there is, or anyone for that matter, to see this and forgive me. But maybe if I manage to just survive here and live out the rest of my life in peace, I can try to forgive myself. Ooh, a cap stash. I'll grab that. That's just got dirty water in it. Not fussed about that. Hello. Scattered journal page number 3. May 3rd, 2088. Supplies have begun to dry up around the west exit, so we've had to search the east to make do. Mostly it's been alright, but earlier this week, I almost got my head blown off by a guy dressed up as a tin can. What? Turns out there's some new militia unit. They call themselves the Brotherhood of Steel? Oh, power armor. I gotcha. Cheesy, but if it means we've got someone watching the other side of the tunnel, I can live with it. The head of command told me they set up camp so they can watch for traffic entering the region. I asked her if she knew about the giant bats in the sky, and I was a bit off guard when she confidently stated, "That's why we're here." Apparently, the giant bats are thanks to some disease or something called scorched, caused by the nukes. It's been infecting everything across Appalachia, including people. But she says that they and the responders are doing everything they can to fight it. She asked if I was familiar with the responders. I swear I almost swallowed my tongue. It's been 5.5 years, but I still think about it. I told her I had heard of them, but my group keeps mostly to ourselves, and I'd better head back to my camp. She told me it was good to see a friendly face, that we could check in from time to time and help each other out. It gives me a small sense of peace knowing some of the responders survived Charleston, and that there are still groups trying to help people. Oh, that's nice. Hello? Sergeant Kaminsky. Kaminsky's code. Sergeant Kaminsky, your code phrase for the master terminal is Nuka Addict. Save some for the rest of us next time you find a case, yeah? Melody. Grabbing them. See, this is a good gun as well, by the way. It does quite a bit of damage, as you can see. Grabbing everything. Literally, everything. Every little thing. No! Gosh, darn it! I got stuck in the toilet seat. What a thing to get stuck in. Scattered journal page number 6. Spring 2097. This will be my last entry. I'm pinned in these damn tunnels and the scorched are coming. Yesterday, 2 men and a woman came to the camp looking panicked. We recognized them. They were with us at Pleasant Valley. We thought they were crying wolf, get us to lower our guns so they could ambush us, but I could tell they were genuinely frightened. Between the sobs, they managed to tell us that Scorched had reached the mountains and killed most of the remaining survivors. We had a few hours at best before they reached us. We didn't even have time to figure out where we'd go when they attacked. There's just too many. Once they pushed us back into the tunnels, I knew it was over. Scorched had been making their way further into the tunnels for months now. I always knew this wouldn't last. I've been evading my comeuppance for too long. Sooner or later, I'd pay for what I've done. To see everyone I've cared about be killed and torn to pieces, it's the worst feeling I can imagine. But I can't say I don't deserve it. All these years, I wondered if it was possible to come back. If people would come back from the horrible things we've done. If I could come back from the horrible things I've done. For a couple of years there, I started to believe maybe it was. But it isn't. I can't come back from the things I did as a cutthroat. Humanity can't come back from nuking ourselves to hell. And now it seems we're all gonna die as a result of it. The rest of the world are laying in the beds they made. I guess it's time I do the same. Now that's sad. And I'm guessing that's her. That must be her. The one who's wrote those journals. That is so sad. Oh. Gotta grab her stuff. There we go. I hate grenades in this game. I really do. They're not good. They're definitely not good at all. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Seriously, people. East Bridge Key. Bourbon. Dusk Fan. Seriously? Who the heck? And what dev is so got such a warped sense of humor that they have to put friggin' mannequins everywhere? Let's see, fall 2093. Things have been going better than I expected. The group scrounges up what we can find. We do a little farming. We get by. I keep in touch with the Brotherhood of Steel at Big Bend East. Their leader, Melissa, has been very generous to us. We'll trade with them, even though trading often ends with them giving us a shipment of supplies and us handing them whatever few weapon parts or tech components we come across. Seems pretty one-sided if you ask me. One trip I asked her why her group is so nice to us, and she tells me they want to make sure my community is doing alright. I thought about that my whole walk home. A community. It's been over 10 years, and I still think of us as cutthroats, hiding in a hole, waiting for the world to end. It made me hopeful. This life isn't the life I imagined while vacationing at Pleasant Valley all those years ago. It's quiet and lonely and difficult, but it's also simple, and it can be strangely more peaceful than the chaos of the old world. The life that me and my community have made is real. It's ours. I think I can be content with that. P.S. My Robco watch broke, though, so that's unfortunate. How am I going to keep track of time? It's easy to lose track in the tunnels, and the weather is too tumultuous to get a good sense of what season it is. So let's check out the train car here. There's a bed where we could rest if we wanted to, but we're not going to. A Nuka-Cola, Radaway, aha, Scatter Journal page number 2. November 13th, 2085. If anyone else ever reads this, they'd think I'd gone mad, but I know what I saw. A giant goddamned bat in the sky. about 2 months ago, the crew began making scavenge runs through the tunnels. We've actually gotten pretty good at navigating through them, and more often than not, we'd end up with a good haul. But given enough time, you get sick of a diet of nothing but rat. So we thought we'd check out the eastern exit near Watoga, even though it's quite a hike. The first thing we see is the damn bat flying out of a hole in the ground like it's something straight out of an issue of Astoundingly Awesome Tales. So I guess that ends our trips to Big Bend East. And yep, I think we're finished down here. Like I said, there's definitely something that I've missed. Because I've got a key for the East Bridge key, and I'm not sure what the East Bridge key is. So I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. But for now, we can go into Appalachia, leaving the Big Bend tunnels behind, finally. And we are well out of the ash heap, by the way. And we are now in the Cranberry Bog region.